Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Fictional Character Motivation. I'm your host, Quan. Excuse me. And today we're going to be talking about, there we go, Point Break, the remake on going after the impossible goal. Hope everybody's doing well. And here we go. Point Break remake came out in 2015. Thrill-seeking criminals perform a series of daredevil stunts to steal money and gems, only to give it away to the poor and less fortunate. Training for a job with the FBI, young recruit Johnny suspects that only extreme athletes could pull off these heists. Utilizing his own special skills, there we go. Johnny infiltrates the gang of thieves after befriending their charismatic leader, Body. Bodhi. As Johnny experiences the rush of their lifestyle, his superiors fear that his loyalties are being tested. So, even though the movie didn't do that well, it didn't get critical acclaims. Some of the stunts in there, some of the scenery in there was pretty nice. And I thought I liked the direction it was going. Because the so-called criminals were not just doing these things just to do stuff. They had a purpose. They had a list of goals. And the list of goals that they were achieving was known as the Ozaki 8. Bear in mind that the Ozaki 8 list and the person who made it, Ozaki, are both fictional characters, not real characters. But it's good to kind of stream the list to see what drove them to that point of doing all these things. Well, the Ozaki 8 in the movie is known as a list of 8 extreme ordeals to honor the forces of nature and testing the abilities of polyathletes. Athletes are skilled in multiple levels in the pursuit of nirvana. The 8 are quite extreme feats, starting from calling them out from 1 to 10, from 1 to 8. We have emerging force, which is whitewater rafting, the Inga Rapids off the Congo. I think it's probably a little bit dangerous, if not more dangerous. Birth of Sky, base jumping from Mount Everest. Ooh. Awakening Earth, skydiving into the Cave of Swallows. This is a place in Peru, in the South American area, I think. Life of Water, surfing a wave over 60 feet tall, which, if you saw the movie, you see their first attempt at that and then a second attempt. Life of Wind, a wingsuit proximity flight flying between, it didn't really specify between, so I guess it meant between people. So pretty much making sure that everyone is close and nothing really is, and having that danger of like at any moment we could hit each other, but we didn't. So that's one. Life of Ice, snowboarding down an unridden mountain. Well, that's risky. It'd be kind of, yeah, I can see how dangerous that is. Master of Six Lives, which is free solo climbing, Angel Falls. Now, I've seen the documentary Free Solo and know the meaning of free solo. Free solo is basically you're going to climb up this mountain with just chalk. Think about that. You are climbing a mountain with just a bag of chalk. I don't know about that. That seems a little bit extreme for real. And the last goal on this list is known as the act of ultimate trust, to where you placing your life into the hands of nature. And if I remember this correctly from the movie, he does do this in a very interesting way. He pretty much, the trust that he did was he falls off this cliff near a waterfall that is more than 50 feet high. And that is, yeah. And he doesn't even do it like, I'm going to do it backwards. He literally just looks this direction, possible waterfalls right behind him, and he just goes like this. And it's crazy. It's crazy. Like I said, some of the feats in this movie that they do pull off is quite crazy. Um, and from what I remember, they did do number 3, skydiving into the caves in the Cave of Swallows. They tried number 4, Life of Water, surfing the wave twice. They did 5, and they did 8. So there's about pretty much 5 more that they needed to do. But remember, this is their goal. They were so passionate about it that they were willing to die in the pursuit. And that kind of brings to mind that if they're willing to die in the pursuit, what are you willing to die to pursue? Because even though I'm not telling you to go for a list that is extreme, I am encouraging you that you should have a list of goals, a bucket list, if you will, that you want to accomplish. A list that has that excites you, that thrills you, that encourages you to be a better person in that list. And in some cases, possibly scares you. But make sure it's something that resonates with you. Because the Ozaki 8, fictional as it may be, is a very interesting list of goals, a very interesting list of tests that, when you really do think about it, does prove how athletic, how strong, how gifted somebody might be. And I'm not saying go for an Ozaki, the Ozaki 8, because let's keep in mind that the only people that we know that has completed a good number of that list is, of course, the slightly neutral evil guys in the movie. And they didn't even, and the last guy, he pretty much died during one of his attempts. The creator of the Ozaki 8 died on his first one. Think about that. So I'm not telling you to go for that, because not everybody may not want to resonate doing extreme sports. But what resonates with you is going to encourage you to be better, to do better. What goal you're gonna go after that you're gonna be excited about, like, ooh, gonna be thrilled about, like, yeah, and then you're gonna be scared about, because it is a tough goal. It is a scary goal. Think about that. Because there are a lot of goals we're all trying to pursue, especially since we're early on in the New Year's resolutioners. And I hope if you did make a New Year's resolution that you're still headstrong on that goal. But also pay attention to the goal. Because if your goal is to lose about 5 pounds, well, that should be done then. But if your goal is to lose 12 pounds by the end of the year, if your goal is to be the fittest, strongest version of yourself, and not just say, I'll be the fittest, strongest version of yourself. You link that to what that means to you. Like, what's that mean to you? If to be the strongest, fittest of yourself. Does that mean you can run a mile without being tired? Does that mean you can bench press 50 pounds? Does that mean you can do a one-arm pull-up? What does it mean to you? Because you can go for all these goals here and there. They may seem flashy when you tell people like, oh, that's kind of cool. But if it doesn't resonate with you, if it doesn't push you to that point to where, one, the goal and the deadline need to be met, or else I'm not this kind of person, and two, that I have to reach this goal. Not that I, not that, it'd be nice to have this goal. No, I have to reach this goal. You have to be determined, like the criminals in this movie, in Point Break, because they were determined. Like, yeah, they were doing the party lifestyle. They were, doing probably some bad things they shouldn't be doing. But in the end, they were doing it in pursuit of doing these goals. They were making money in pursuit of these goals. What goals are you trying to go for? What's on your list of things that you want to do before you possibly pass, before you possibly kick the bucket? And like I said, don't just pick a goal that's like you can tell by how that goal makes you feel by saying it. I'm going to lose 5 pounds. Okay. I'm going to lose 10 pounds. All right. That sounds pretty difficult. I'm going to lose this many pounds and then participate in a race, a competition that'll test that strength, that'll test that skill. All right, that sounds nice. But like I said, all of it sounds nice, but it doesn't sound nice to you. It doesn't encourage you to the point to where when you set that goal and you want to do that goal, you don't just look at something and be like, do I do this or do the goal? You just go, nope, no exceptions. I have to do everything towards this goal. And I hope this landed for somebody. Please let me know, as usual, from YouTube and to the podcast. I hope that everything's going well. If you like any of this, please like, please follow, please share it. Please let me know in comments. Please let me know by just showing the love. I have for my podcasters, I possibly might have a button that if you want to support me, you can tap that button, possibly send me some change here and there. I'm not asking for much. I'm just asking for encouragement. I'm just asking that if I hit you in a certain way that encourages you, if you like these podcasts, if you like these talks, please let me know by showing some love. It doesn't have to be a big love. It doesn't have to be, making you broke. I don't want anybody broke. I want to make sure that everyone's good before I'm good. That's reason number 2 of me doing these podcasts is I'm doing these to make sure that you're good before I'm good. But I hope this landed for you. I hope you like this. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it makes you think, expand. Thank you for Fictional Character Motivation. It's where we once again learn something from the movies. And the movie that we learned from today is Point Break, on how to set, go for, think, do the impossible goal. And remember, like I said, don't just set a goal that makes you feel, set a goal that almost gets you excited, gets you determined, but gets you worried that you might not make it. But you know you will. Deuces.